Okay, you already mentioned it earlier. We're gonna knock this one out of the way because I didn't like it. Um, Old Yeller.
Where on earth did he come from?
Take good care of that old yellow dog.
Come on, Yeller!
Old Yeller. Now on special edition 2-disc DVD.
Almost.
Well, he's hungry too.
It's the timeless story of a boy and his dog who discovered that even in the middle of nowhere, adventure is everywhere.
A wolf! Get him, Yeller!
Critics say this heartwarming film is still one of the best. And only on DVD, an exclusive retrospective goes behind the scenes and reveals Old Yeller.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Yeah.
so
Spoiler alert,
when
dog dies at the end.
yeah, he does. And I feel like I was supposed to feel sad about that,
I mean, it's
but
an iconically sad movie. I feel like, yeah, you're supposed to be sad at the end of Old Yeller.
oh,
You know, because the dog gets rabies and he dies. Spoiler alert.
yeah,
After fighting a badger or raccoon or skunk
yeah.
or bear.
So okay,
I mean, you didn't correct me on any of those, so I'm assuming he fought all of them.
he could have. I mean, it's hard to say.
You watched the movie. What do you mean it's hard to say?
It's hard to distinguish.
How did he get rabies?
I think it was the cow which gave it to him.
How did the cow get rabies?
I believe the cow got so in the movie, basically, there's a point. You're burying the lead. You're talking.
Yeah,
You're
it's
getting
the
to
most
the end.
interesting thing about
You're
this
getting
movie.
you're getting to the end before I have the time to complain about all the other things that I dislike about this movie. So okay, when watching a movie that is from 1957, I really try to put myself into the mindset of a 1960s person, like when you would have been watching this.
I mean, you would have watched it in 1957, but that's the 50s. But
Only if you were rich and could afford to go to the theater.
I mean, I suppose that is.
I'm saying by the time it was on a way you could watch it otherwise,
Yeah,
and it was cheap.
By the time it was in syndication on television, because that's how these things worked back in the day.
Then it would have had to have been a couple years later. Anyways, not the point. I try to watch it with that mindset, and so when is the time of this? 1860s. It's the late 1860s in the movie itself. And so that's important to note because for me, not that I ever condone this, but it makes certain character traits inexcusable because they wouldn't have been allowed in the 1860s when you were allowed to hit children.
Oh, okay. Fair enough. It was okay to hit your kids back then.
It not only would have been perceived as okay, they very much would have.
Encouraged, in fact.
Yeah, they would have. And so basically, in the beginning of the movie, the dad goes to do like this 3-month cattle run or something, basically, where he's fucked off for 3 months. And so his teenage son is left in charge of the place. He's gonna have to take care of the crops and all the animals, and he's the man of the house, right? And so he also has a little brother who
does he belt the little brother?
No, but he should have.
Oh, he's not properly disciplining the child. Then he spared the child. He spoiled the child.
There's the little brother who I think it's supposed to be like 8 or 9 or something. I don't actually remember. And so there's this dog who has been going from farm to farm, stealing things and harassing and eating people's crops and stuff like that. And the people refer to him as Old Yeller. And he shows up at our people's farm, and the little kid comes across him, and he's like, he's my dog now. He's my dog. You stay away from my dog. And like immediately develops a bond with Yeller. And the mom is like, oh, I don't remember the kid's name. Jim, I think, or Travis, I think the older son's name is. He's like, Travis, just let him have the dog, as if she wasn't the parent. He's the man of the house, but she's the parent. So I don't fully. That's where I'm like, I have to keep in mind when this is supposed to take place, and it's
Yeah.
difficult for my 2026 sensibilities.
Yeah, it's a big
Um,
important thing when you're watching a movie from that time period. You got to remember, sexism and racism are very much a thing.
yeah, yeah, it is. And so
In this
in
case,
this
it's the
one, more
sexism, not the racism.
it's more sexism than
More
racism.
sexism than racism, but you get the point.
Um, and so over the course of the movie, and I'm skipping through a decent amount here, but um, at first the older brother wants to get rid of Old Yeller because he stole a bunch of food and he's a real nuisance of a
It's a
dog,
problem.
right?
Also, yeah, you got to keep in mind like this is like well before really people considered animal rights as well, animal
Yeah, so
welfare.
he's trying to get rid of the dog by throwing stones at
Yeah,
it and
you're
rocks
like you're
at it.
like, oh, he's a dog. We should treat dogs nicely. They did not feel that way in the 1800s.
And then the little brother, is like, don't throw stones at my dog, and he throws rocks at his brother,
Good.
and I'm just no, not good. He's a little shit.
No,
He's an irritating little shit.
Jordan, I care more about dogs than I do people.
No, 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 no. That's fair. He shouldn't be throwing the stone at the dog, but the way that the little brother acts is intolerable and annoying.
Fair enough.
Um, that's where I say
You're aware he's a
I'm not.
child, though, right?
You would understand if you had watched it.
I'm gonna have to watch it with Jordan
Um,
one of these days.
because he is the worst part of this movie. And it also becomes kind of annoying because in the beginning part of the movie, the movie refers to the Old Yeller as the little kid's dog, but then by the end of it, it refers to Old Yeller as the older brother's dog, and he's the one that has to put the dog down. And I'm like, but the entire reason why Old Yeller was staying and was why they're dealing with him is because of the little kid. Why isn't the little kid the one shooting the dog?
I really don't think anyone should shoot the dog.
I mean, the dog has to be put down. He has rabies, Justin.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure this is where my ignorance comes in. Can't you not? Is rabies incurable in dogs?
Well, even if it was currently curable, which I can't speak to whether it is, I guarantee you it was not curable in 1860.
This is true. In the 1800s, it would not have been curable. Well, I assume it wouldn't have been curable.
Also, they don't refer to it as rabies; they call it something else.
Oh,
They refer to it as. Let's see if I can find it.
it's rabies, though, right?
It is basically rabies. It's just a fancy name for it. It was called water something.
I just don't understand how he got it from the cow. The cow bit him. Cows don't bite.
Hold on. I mean, they do when they're under attack or when they're stressed.
Oh no, they head bite. That's.
What does Old
When they kick.
Yeller get? And we'll see. We'll get the actual name of it. Hydrophobia.
Oh.
Sorry, no. He doesn't get it from the cow. Apparently there was a wild infected wolf, which I must have missed that part.
Oh, okay. I see. Yeah, that's what I figured. I was like, he was fighting a wolf or whatever. So
He gets
no way
he
got
gets
it from
the
cow.
the cow did have it though.
Oh, the cow
That's the
obviously got it
thing.
from the wolf.
The cow had to be put down because it had it. But no, yeah, he got it from a wolf while defending the family.
That makes
Um,
sense.
but yeah, and it's one of those. I think part of why it's so hard for me to engage with it is because it comes from the 1950s.
Yeah, you're not good at engaging with old movies.
It's hard for me because it's just they're so old fashioned.
You gotta, yeah,
Um,
I know that you kind of, it does require a certain amount of like putting yourself in the mind frame of a person from what did you say, 1957?
When this was filmed, it was 1957. What the movie takes place in is 1860s.
Right. So you got to put your mind in the mind frame of a person from 1956. Like it's just
Um,
55.
but that's where it also pulls me out of it because it's Disney. They handle that youngest child in a way that a family in the 1860s would not handle that
Oh,
child.
that's true. There'd be way more hitting him.
Yes.
I mean, not to be crude.
Not that
but-
not that I think that
Not
it's
that I'm condoning
okay.
that. I'm just saying there'd be way more hitting him.
There would be there's a part where
But like that would be the
I
1950s
guess
equivalent of being woke or whatever. Oh, he didn't just hit the kid.
pretty much, yeah. And it kind of
Two movies nowadays are
it
too PC,
it,
Jordan. He didn't just hit the kid.
it weirdly reads that way for me.
This is
In a very
this is the
strange
1950s
way.
equivalent of being progressive because he didn't hit the kid.
Because like yeah, well, there's a point where basically, I guess Old Yeller's owner or something.
I'm going to
There's
hell,
a
Jordan.
there's a guy with a cowboy hat who ends up showing up, and he tries to take away Old Yeller. Um, and I think the idea is supposed to be he was Old Yeller's original owner, and the little kid, and the guy is a cowboy, and he's on the horse, and the little kid literally runs out and starts throwing rocks at the horse, and the cowboy falls off the horse
Like,
and
get
is
out
like
here.
almost hurt, and I'm like, that's a stranger. Your child is throwing rocks at a stranger, and you're letting him get away with it. And like they play it off like, oh, that precocious child, and I'm like, I just feel like in the 1860s, that's not how they would handle this
No,
situation.
they give him the belt, Jordan. He'd get the belt.
Um,
Like, you embarrassed us in front of Cowboy Man. Belt.
and it's just and so it gets to the end.
God, I'm
Oh,
going to hell.
I've spent a lot of time, and it gets to the end, and yeah, the older brother wants to let Old Yeller out because he's not showing any signs of rabies, and then the younger brother goes to let him out, and he is showing signs of rabies, and they're like, the mom's like, we have to put him down. He's not going to get any better, and he's suffering. He's suffering. And then she goes to go and grab the gun. And he's like, no, I'll do it. He was my dog. And I'm like, but he wasn't? He was the little brother's dog.
That's one of those moments where you've seen it parodied 1,000 times in 1,000 different things. No,
Yeah.
it's my responsibility, ma.
And then it ends with, there was a
dies, right? Like there's no like,
yeah,
oh, it
yeah,
turns
no,
out
the
he's
dog,
okay in the end.
no, the dog dies. The dog dies in the end. So meanwhile, and I've skipped this part because it's wholly.
Does the dog die in the end?
I skipped this part because it was largely unimportant. But earlier in the movie, there's this one dude who has a daughter who I guess they're supposed to be family friends or something. And the daughter ends up spending a lot of time at the farm, and they have their own dog. And Old Yeller gets their dog pregnant. Their dog has puppies, and at a certain point, she tries to give the teenager the puppy, and he's all like, "Why? I don't need your dog. I have my dog. I have Old Yeller. I don't want your puppy." And she gets all upset, and then at the end of the movie, and she gives the puppy to the little brother, and he's like, "Oh, I finally have my own dog." And I'm like, "But you had your own dog. Old Yeller was your dog. What are you talking about?" Anyway, so we get to the end of the movie, and the little dog is showing signs of being having similar tendencies to Old Yeller, and the older brother is finally like, "Well, I guess I should take him under my wing and raise this one properly so he can be useful like Old Yeller was." And I'm like, "Oh, so you're just gonna take your little brother's dog again? I thought that was his dog."
John, I thought you didn't
I
like the
thought
little brother.
I don't, but like, if he's gonna be irritating, you can teach him some responsibility by forcing him to grow up with the dog and learn how to be a proper adult, not a little brat.
That makes sense. That does make sense. I do see
For Old Yeller too, when we have him as a grown up now with slightly older puppy who ultimately gets rabies as well.
Boogaloo.
This movie I didn't like it.
I did not have a good time.
I didn't enjoy this movie, and I don't know if that's a controversial opinion.
You know, I didn't have a bad time this week. I'm just gonna say it. There's not a movie where I was like, "Oh, I'm having a bad time."
This was really, I think, one of the only ones for me.
That's fair.
And that was mostly because, ironically, had not so much have to do with the ending, and was more because I found the little brother to be an intolerable character.
So you didn't feel sad at the end of it?
I mean, I did in the way that like you never want to see an animal be injured, but also he was kind of a, I don't, he was a, how do I say this? He was an old Western dog.
Ah.
So his lifestyle would not have merged with my own.
Gotcha. So you're telling me I tortured my soul for nothing?
But in the time period in which he lived, he was probably the best boy they could have
That
had.
he could have possibly hoped to be. Jordan, that's it.
Yeah, that's my rant.
That's Old Yeller. Hey there, everybody. It's N-Card Justin here. Let us know down in the comments why you're mad that Jordan said he didn't like Old Yeller, and why this is a classic, and why his opinion is definitely wrong. You let us know. I'm sure everything is going to be cool and above board and nuanced. But in the meantime, if you would like to see the full podcast of this from our Cute Animals episode, you click the box on the left. Or if you just want to see a random video that YouTube thinks you're going to enjoy, you click the box on the right. Hit subscribe if you haven't already. We put new videos out 7 days a week. Or you can just leave this video a like. That helps us out too. We will see you all in the next video. Have a good day, everybody.